This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. Chip shortages are crippling production, prices at the pump are pinching pocketbooks, and sky-high interest rates are sweeping subprime buyers out of the marketplace. That's usually a recipe for disaster for automakers, but instead, they're basking in the sunlight. Stellantis says sales were up 13% in the third quarter and revenues shot up 29%. BMW saw sales fall a tiny bit, but its net profit shot up 23%. And somebody forgot to tell Ferrari that we might be headed into a recession. Sales were up 16%, revenue was up 19%, and it put 10% more money on the bottom line. You know, these are the kinds of numbers you expect to see when the global economy is roaring ahead, not when everyone is worried about a war, recession, and political upheaval. And it sure shows that we're living in very strange times. If diesel sales in Europe continue to fall at their current rate, fully electric vehicles could outsell them sometime next year. As recently as 2015, diesels held over 50% of the market in Europe, but that's fallen to 16.5% in the latest quarter, and they're dropping about 6% a year. Fully electric vehicles, on the other hand, rose 22% over the last year and now control nearly 12% of all new car sales. And if you add in all electrified vehicles, including hybrids and plug-in hybrids, they outsell ICE vehicles, 43% to 38%. Automakers like BMW and Stellantis have said it will be difficult to meet the EU's ban of new ICEs by 2035. But at this snapshot in time, customers are having no issue buying up electrified models. As we reported earlier this week, Ram was going to unveil the electric version of its pickup truck at the LA Auto Show, but changed that to CES in January instead, because CES is a technology show and Ram says it's going to show technology the world has never seen before. And we think it's going to be some sort of range extender. The reports that the Ram EV would get a range extender started circulating about a year ago. The website EV Pulse quoted Ram CEO Mike Koval as saying it will be a, quote, class-shattering technology. While EVs have gobs of torque for towing, they can't tow very far because it drains the battery so fast. And Ram could have a real advantage in the EV pickup segment with an onboard range extender that gets rid of towing range anxiety.
At Schaeffler, we pioneer motion. Electrifying mobility, manufacturing smarter, reducing CO2 emissions, making energy production clean. Schaeffler pioneers motion to advance how the world moves.
Rivian's electric pickup truck and SUV were made for off-roading, but you know there aren't many charging solutions when you're traveling off the beaten path. That's why Optima Batteries, which is a brand from battery maker Clarios, is showing off two custom-made Rivians that are capable of charging off-grid. They feature a solar-powered trailer that's equipped with a 110 kilowatt-hour lithium-ion battery pack, and they store enough energy to recharge at level 2 charging speeds from 0 to 80%. Optima also upgraded the Rivian models to include bigger wheels, tires, an improved suspension system, and other off-road features. The EVs are making their debut at SEMA, but Optima plans to show them off at other off-roading and racing events throughout 2023. According to Ford, more motorhomes are built on a Ford chassis than any other brand, and it wants to get in on a piece of that action. So it's coming out with the Transit Trail Van, which comes with off-road and adventuring goodies right from the factory. The van is available in 3 configurations: medium, high roof, or high roof extended wheelbase. And it comes standard with all-wheel drive and Ford's 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. Upgrades include a ride height that was raised by 3.5 inches, a wider track thanks to bigger wheels and tires, splash guards, wheel arch liners, side steps, and a heavy-duty trailer package. There's also a number of cosmetic upgrades to give it more of an aggressive look. The Transit Trail is covered by a 3-year, 36,000-mile warranty and will start at nearly $66,000. One of the problems with shared last-mile micromobility like scooters, bikes, or mopeds is that users leave them wherever they want, often creating an eyesore. Honda might be able to help with that. It filed a patent for a tiny electric motorcycle that has special attachment points by the front tire and foot pegs. Those special attachments allow it to hook up with other versions of the bike, so one rider can control a fleet of them. 4 are shown linked together in the patent filing. And the inputs of the lead bike, like throttle control, are also transferred to the trailering bikes, and it will even control the motor speed of the outside or inside bike during turns, like torque vectoring. So what do you think of Honda's micro motorcycle? A good idea or an accident waiting to happen?
We want to know what drives your testing. OTA, connected car, diagnostics, remote testing. Intrepid Control Systems is here to help you work from anywhere. Intrepid Control Systems, driven by your data.
General Motors just made another move to secure its North American EV supply chain. It's partnering with battery maker Microvast to open a new plant in the U.S. to produce battery separators. They're also getting a $200 million grant from the U.S. Department of Energy to develop the technology. The separators do just that, separate the anode from the cathode, so ions can flow from one to the other. The separators will be used in GM's Ultium batteries and are designed to increase the thermal efficiency of the battery, which the automaker says will help improve safety, charging, and battery life. Which automaker has the best brand value? If you guess Tesla, you're wrong, at least according to Interbrand's annual Best Global Brands list. Toyota and Mercedes-Benz are ranked ahead of Tesla. Interbrand looks at a company's financial performance, the role it plays in purchasing decisions, and its competitive strength and ability to create loyalty to come up with that evaluation. Toyota is valued at nearly $60 billion, Mercedes is at $56 billion, and Tesla is valued at $48 billion. But Tesla improved by 32% compared to last year, which was the largest year-over-year growth amongst automakers. And Hyundai had the largest year-over-year increase amongst mass-market automakers, with a 14% increase to just over $17 billion. Of the top 100 global brands on the list, 15 are automakers. But Apple has the highest brand value by a landslide and has topped the list for 10 consecutive years. It's valued at $482 billion, which is over $200 billion more than Microsoft, the number 2 brand on the list. Remember when Bob Lutz started stuffing Corvette engines in Fisker Karmas? That was with a company called VL Automotive. Around the same time, Lutz was named chairman of a company called VIA, which converted GM trucks into PHEVs. VIA has gone through several iterations, and now it's back with a modular, scalable, electric medium-duty truck chassis. Bob Purcell, CEO of the company, will be on Autoline After Hours to talk all about it today. Sam Abul-Samid from Guidehouse will also be on the show, so join John and Gary when they get going live later today at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. But that brings us to the end of today's show. Thanks for tuning in.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, solutions for your journey. Intrepid Control Systems, over-the-air engineering, boost your game. And by Scheffler, we pioneer motion.